Oh my god, my brain. Dude, my brain, like, it is so not working right now. Yep, I totally closed OBS. It was 100% my fault that time. The scheduled stream wasn't working, and then I couldn't get that, so then I created a new one real quick. And then I finally get it going, and I went to go close Destiny in the background because I didn't want the orbit noise to come through, and I closed OBS. So come watch our stream. We're super professional, and we know exactly what we're doing. Okay. Well, anyway. Let's check the volume here. Turn this up a little bit. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Is everybody ready for this? All right, here we go. Do it. Wait. Do it. Wait for it. I feel bad because we're like a couple minutes behind now, but I want to give everybody a chance to get in here. God, it's so bad. I messed that up so badly. Oh boy. I tell you what. Two seconds, and then I think we're ready. Let me just save this on here. Go back. Consider it thumbed. Okay, that one's unlisted. That unlisted. All right, here we go.
Beyond Light kicks off the next trilogy of stories that we're trying to tell with Destiny.
Players are going to go on a journey to discover the true nature of light and dark.
It's the beginning of players learning more about the darkness, and in fact going so far as to wield it.
Oh, a little bit of chilies. Oh my God.
Leaving comfort and safety behind, walking a different road than one that you may have believed you were destined for.
What makes something bad? What makes darkness dark?
Who's right? Who wasn't?
There he is!
How
are those learnings going to change the characters that you have gotten to know over the last 6 years?
They're actually like fighting. Forges in the storm.
Beyond Light's really the beginning of a new adventure. Guardians, for the longest time, have been bathed in the light, sort of this altruistic force fighting back evil. And now we're starting to move into that gray area between the light and dark.
If the darkness reaches out, we must reach back.
I will not sanction this.
In Season of Arrivals, the Vanguard is divided. You have some characters telling you, you know, we should fight these ships, and we have other characters who are saying, no, 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 we should find out what they want. We should get to know them and understand more. But it definitely comes to a head.
This next year in Destiny is really just about how all the different characters and factions are reacting to these disappeared destinations and what that means as the pyramids have arrived in our system, not for the first time, but for the second time.
We're going to see the return of a character who's been absent for a pretty long time in The Stranger, and boy, does she have a lot to say. And she has
Totally the artifact
of time to explain.
When I know more, you'll know more.
She has shown up to encourage
She's
us
going to be an NPC.
to take on the darkness, and the only way to truly stop it is to work with it.
And here comes our guardian, right on time.
Why did the darkness invite us here?
And we're talking again.
Europa is literally like a time capsule.
Europa is huge.
Killer destination, freezing cold.
Desolate.
Some of the most beautiful spaces I've ever seen in a video game.
There was a lot built on Europa during the Golden Age, and a lot of that was built underground. Clovis Bray had some research facilities there, really pushing the limits of technology and innovation there, maybe stepping into some things that we shouldn't have.
Under the ice, all kinds of secrets.
I'm so excited for what players are going to find.
That's the raid. That was 6 people. That was the raid.
The storm on Europa was actually something we've wanted to do for a long time.
We wanted it to feel harsh.
The weather system is so awesome. Like, you're walking through an open space and all of a
look
sudden
at the snow.
things start happening.
Coming across like Fallen or Vex for the first time, you can barely make out the glow in their eyes.
The sound of the wind, the ice will change based on what the weather is looking like. You'll actually feel every piece of the environment changing around you to match the storm.
That's different. Oh, there's Aramis.
Europa itself is a pretty foreboding place. Aramis is there in advance of us, and she set up a forward base. She has lieutenants who have gotten their hands on stasis, gotten their hands on the darkness, and they're learning to wield it.
One by one, we will rise again.
And so I think her motivations are really interesting, too.
Today, we begin breaking free from our chains.
Aramis really challenges a lot of the ways that we think about light and darkness. She's going to make you think about your relationship with the Traveler.
She's a compelling leader, and she has a vision. And especially after the collapse of their society, people, I think, the Fallen wanted someone to follow.
Is the light going to be enough? I think we've seen that we need some new tools to fight our enemies with. Maybe it's time to fight fire with fire, or ice with ice.
Stasis is, not just a set of new supers, but it's a new damage type. We've got Solar, Void, Arc, and now we've got Stasis.
The menu's different.
The idea for Stasis all really came back from the gameplay idea of freezing someone.
That was kind of the theme that everyone kind of rallied behind.
Oh!
Dima's an amazing concept artist, had some images that really kind of put us on the right path.
I love the staff.
What really was landing with that was the more crystalline notion. So when we say cosmic ice, that's kind of where the cosmic comes in.
Once he freezes solid, I'm able to hit him again and just shatter him into pieces.
The pieces break apart and explode into sharp shards that can damage you. So all of that kind of came together when we landed on that.
That's going to be so fun.
Stasis is going to not only change the way that you can attack or approach combat, there's also some really great ways that you can upgrade it.
Then you start getting into like the more interesting parts, things that we're calling aspects and fragments, which are additional ways to modify your subclass. Aspects are a little bit more potent.
Yes!
Fragments are the things that are class agnostic, but depending on what your class is and depending on what your aspects are and how you want to play, you're probably going to be starting to select different ones in there.
I love it.
This is just the beginning for Stasis. We're going to continue to expand on it. We're just excited for players to get their hands on this.
I'm excited too. What do you got going on back there?
When we're creating a new palette like Stasis, we do what we call a source jam. Everyone on the team blocks out about a week where we can say, okay, you're going to go out into the world, microphone, recorder, record anything that reminds you of cosmic ice. That gives us the palette that we can build the eventual sounds out of.
I found personally that the best way to do it was at night. But doing screams, screeches, and blood-curdling yells is a little scary at night. Then I had a really rumbly stomach, and that also was recorded. There was also a breast pump. You have to make use of what you got.
That's the new
In
sword.
Beyond Light, we have new exotic weapons for you.
Oh, yeah.
No Time to Explain is coming back. Instead of just being the gun that refills your magazine when you land precision hits, you actually get a little time portal, and it starts spitting out rounds alongside you. You can actually have that on top of the Arc Soul, so you can be your own little mini firing squad if you build for it.
What?
Another
Oh,
one
I love the
is
emote.
Laments. It uses up your sword's energy to give yourself a new combo, and that ends up in a big spinning slash. Probably the largest selling point for a lot of people is that it slices right through barrier champions.
The sword's gonna do barrier champion damage?
The fact that it is a chainsaw sword.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's cool.
For Beyond Light, we really wanted to create exotic armor pieces that formed a key part of your build around which all the other parts of your build could revolve. For example, the Titan gets the Fall Mantle, which is a set of exotic arms that looks like it is crafted from Golden Age tech. When you activate it, you sort of slam your arms down, create a burst of stasis energy, and then you cover yourself in an overshield. The Warlock Exotic is Necrotic Grip. If you are facing a wave of thralls running at you, you can nail them with your melee attack, and it starts to burst and sort of cascade through the whole group.
That could be really powerful.
There's a lot there for newcomers coming in too. If you've got a friend who
Cosmodrome.
hasn't tried it out, it's a really great time to jump in on New Light, that entry experience for free players.
Last year, when New Light launched, we brought back a small portion of the Cosmodrome. This year, we're bringing back a much larger portion of the destination.
It takes some of the experiences that started with original Destiny 1, but puts them and stitches them together in a different way and adds new things and tells a different story.
What you're going to meet in this new opening experience is a character with not one, but two names from Fast and the Furious, Shah Han.
Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol here.
What I love about the Cosmodrome is it feels like Destiny distilled.
Season of the Hunt picks up where Arrivals left off.
Season of the Hunt
Are taking
There you go.
advantage of the darkness to make their move forward, including Xivu Arath, a sister of Oryx, and she's taking this opportunity to build up an army, and we're working with Osiris to try to stop her.
Osiris goes out, stumbles across these hive growths that are driving combatants crazy.
Oh!
Osiris is in trouble, and of course she's his only hope.
We'll take that.
We warned you it was going to be dangerous down here. Impossible.
He's gonna be back right away. Oh my god.
We finally catch up to what we saw at the end of Forsaken, where we saw Aldrin being brought back to life by a ghost.
Oh, it's right
Aldrin,
away.
Who now refers to himself as Crow. He doesn't know what he did. The slate's been wiped clean when he was resurrected as a guardian.
We know what he's done, and we know what he could be capable of doing. So now we're going to spend some time watching him go back and forth. And that's going to question how we look at him, how we look at ourselves, how we look at the light, how we look at darkness.
In Season of the Hunt, we're partnering with the Crow and Osiris to take down the High Celebrant. It's creating these cryptoliths around the system, and those cryptoliths are attracting Elixian Cabal and corrupting them. So Xivu Arath is essentially corrupting herself and army, and it's our job to put a stop to it.
I'm really excited to see Xivu Arath fleshed out more and to find out more about her relationship with Savathun and what that means for Year 4 of Destiny.
Savathun has been placing dominoes, and at the end of Year 4, she's gonna knock down the dominoes. We're gonna see what she's been really up to. And so this year, she's putting the last pieces in place.
Wow. I can't believe Aldrin's coming back so fast.
Destiny is just a really incredible world, and there are so many stories for us to tell.
We have a lot to look forward to beyond Light, then the Witch Queen, and then Lightfall, and all the seasonal content between. We feel like we've got a really great way to bring people together. Working through COVID and working through some of the other turmoil in the world right now has been really challenging.
I have to admit, I've been pleasantly surprised with how well we've been able to get things done.
We're committed to your characters and your community of players. We want to meet you where you are.
That's the raid. There were 6 people. Woohoo!
I think the thing that excites me the most about Destiny's future is how much it's rooted in where we come from.
Seeing villains revealed and finding out secrets that we've been hinting at for years.
When I look at the team that we're building and continuing to grow and hire, the new leaders that are coming up in Destiny, that gets me super excited.
Destiny's best days are ahead of us.
And a new strike. Oh, so good. Oh my god, I just want to watch it all day. I'm so sleepy, but it's okay. Oh. Super hype. Oh my gosh, the hype is real. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm going to go through. There was a few things that I saw that I would love to have paused it on. Especially when they're... So this is kind of the sucky part.
This next year in Destiny
Of COVID was that they weren't all working in the studio, and a lot of the times in the VIDOCs they show the UI. There you go. And they show their workstations a lot, and then on their workstations there's like hints and stuff. And I think they were trying to do that, but it was very, very limited this time.
is really just about
Wait, what was that? So
Has been absent for
100% that's the artifact. There's no way it's not. There's no way a stasis darkness shard is I think the Uldren reveal, I wasn't ready for that. He's gonna come back. Oh my
a long
god!
time in the Stranger, and boy, does
When I know more.
And then right here, she's in it. That's in it. The only reason why you would see it here like this is she's an NPC. Well, they did do in the Warmind, right? In the Warmind, they kind of had Ikora and Zavala talking. No, they had Anna Bray and Zavala kind of like talking, doing their dialogue, and you kind of looked at them like this. It's kind of a different way to do it instead of just in, your interact menu watching them. So it could be that, but I'm thinking she's probably NPC.
You'll know more.
She has shown up to encourage us to take on the darkness and
Right on time.
Turn that down a little bit.
Why did the darkness invite us here?
I love that. Like, well, now we talk. Like, they just a little bit, but all of a sudden we talk now. So this is like the Clovis facility. Okay. 100%. This is the entrance to the raid and probably the Deep Stone Crypt. Hey, you sound like Master Chief, yep. Okay, hold on. Maybe a new bow. Some different looking armor here. It's hard to pause it because I feel like you pause it and you get so many pixels you can't really screenshot it. It's like a different Titan look. It's like a female. Is that a female Titan? Female Warlock, male Warlock, Hunter. Oh, I don't know about that backpack, guys. Whatever that is. This is definitely the raid. Oh my gosh, yes. 100% the raid.
their system is so awesome. Like you're walking through.
Look at the snow.
All of a sudden, things start happening.
Like that's something that they don't do a lot.
The weather system is so awesome. Like you're walking
like
through
the reactive
an
environment.
Space, and all of a sudden, things start
it's kind of
happening.
neat. It's not really in Destiny. Let's find that UI. Here we go.
But it's a new damage type.
Oh, there it is. Some different guns there too. And that looks like it's this is the Hunter. It's a backpack cloak. Oh, there's the artifact. So maybe that's not. What is that? I thought that was the artifact. That's something different. That doesn't look like a shard. Or maybe it's something holding a shard. I guess the artifact is more seasonal. And then maybe stasis thing is going to be more for the year, not necessarily. It's a cool ghost.
We've got.
So he switches off. So
New supers, but it's a new damage type.
okay, so it had the same. Had those there, but then you go on the other side. That could be nice. And then if they add another one, could we have 4 supers? That'd be nuts. That'd be a lot of customization.
We've got Solar Void Arc, and now we've got Stasis.
Dodge to perform an evasive maneuver with a steady hand. Dodging automatically reloads your weapon. That's basic.
The idea for stasis all really
I love that. It's got
came
the
back
staff.
from the gameplay
Where's he at, though?
idea
See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, their stations, and a lot of times you can see stuff and speculate from there.
of freezing someone.
That was kind of the theme that everyone kind of rallied behind.
This may be a strike.
Dina's an amazing concept artist, had some images that really kind of the theme that everyone kind of rallied behind. You know, Dima's an amazing concept artist, had
Just trying to take a little peek on his monitor. Just see what's up. Respect Ninja Turtles. I love the WRX. Okay.
some images.
Like, what is that? He's working on something else.
That really kind of put us on the right path.
What really was landing with that was the more crystalline notion. So when we say cosmic ice, that's kind of where the
I think the other guy starts talking, and then they show more of the tree here.
Once he freezes solid, I'm able to hit him again and just shatter him into pieces.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun for a Titan. The Titan's already like super like Titan smash. And he gets to freeze it and just run through it and blow it up.
Break apart and explode into sharp shards that can damage you. So all of that kind of came together when we landed on that theme.
Oh my god. Show the tree. What happened to the rest of the tree?
This is going to not only change the way that you can attack or approach combat, there's also some really great ways.
Oh, wait a minute, wait. Where is that? Oh, he's just standing down by the postmaster. Okay. What's he got going over here? See, Dale? Even devs use controllers.
Grade it.
Then you.
Oh, so they got a grayed out. It's all grayed out. They know we're looking. We be watching.
Start getting into like the more interesting parts, things that we're calling aspects and fragments, which are additional ways to modify.
Oh, crap.
Things that we're calling aspects and fragments, which are additional ways.
Here, I want to see this first. Ice flare bolts. An unseeing yet all-knowing stare fixed eternally to a solitary point. You track your enemies with blade-like precision. Shattering a frozen target grants a small amount of grenade energy and spawns seekers that track and freeze other nearby. What? What? I had to throw that in there just for you, buddy. Oh my god, this staff thing looks so cool. You're like actually a magician with a staff. Geeking out right now, guys.
Ways to modify.
Okay, Frost Pulse, a complex trapped, motionless in crystal, infinite possibilities held in tranquil inertia. You unleash the darkness within, suspending your enemies in harrowing stillness. Casting your rift generates a shockwave that freezes nearby. That's pretty cool. We saw that in action a little earlier, and it looks like some standard stuff here. Rift, glide. So one of you just hover over it and then you switch the other one. Yeah. I'm just breaking this down, trying to find any little breadcrumbs. There it is.
Are a little bit more potent, and then the fragments are the things that
fragments are used to modify your abilities that are shared across all stasis subclasses.
Are class agnostic.
Gain a bonus to the weapon damage after freezing a target with stasis, but you lose some of your strength.
But depending on what your class is and depending.
Increase the damage and size of the burst of stasis when you destroy a stasis crystal or defeat frozen target. So like your AoE, I guess.
What your aspects are and how you want to play, you're probably going to be starting to select different ones in there. This is just the beginning for stasis. We're going to continue to expand on it. We're just excited for players to get their hands on this.
So there's gonna come out. So by him saying that, there's gonna be like one tree for stasis, and then maybe we're gonna get stasis all year, and every season we're gonna get a new. If there's 3 seasons in the year, then we're gonna get a new stasis tree every season. Maybe.
When we're creating a new palette like stasis, we do what we call a source jam. Everyone.
What's that? So this is like the Taken King kind of. That's throwback to Taken King when the new supers came out. So they got the Stormcaller and the hammers and the tether. Those kind of changed the game. So good.
Everyone on the team blocks out about a week where we can say, okay, you're going to go out into the world, microphone recorder, record anything that reminds you of cosmic ice.
Personally, that the best way to do it was at night.
That looks...
Gives us the palette that we can build the eventual sounds out of.
I found...
It just looks so cool. Covered in the ice, and they do such a good job with like the supers and enacting them, especially when I know, right? Uldren is back. That blew my mind. Like, pow, so fast. I thought Uldren wasn't coming back for a while. I thought for sure maybe not till the end of the year doing all that, but so soon.
Best way to do it.
That gives me a lot of hope with other storyline stuff that really just try to tie up loose ends and get on to the next chapter.
Was at night, but doing screams, screeches, and blood-curdling yells is a little scary at night. Then I had a really rumbly stomach, and that also was recorded. There was also a breast pump.
So what's this sniper like? Does he shoot it?
You have to make use of.
Yeah, he doesn't. He didn't shoot it. I love the background with like the stasis falling. Oh my god, I want to play it. Oh, 2 weeks.
In Beyond Light, we have new exotic weapons for you.
See, wearing the
No Time to Explain is coming back. Instead of just being the gun that refills your magazine
Cloud Strike.
when you land precision hits, you actually get a little time portal, and it starts spitting out rounds alongside you. You can actually have that on top of the Arc Soul, so you can be your own little mini firing squad and build for it.
That's crazy, having the Arc Soul and that though.
Another one we have is the Lament build for it.
Okay, how many people are going to use this emote in Crucible with this build? That build could be pretty nasty in PvP. If you run an Arc Soul and No Time to Explain and get the little cloud, that's going to shoot extra damage. It's just, the big question is, will that time vortex, what kind of damage will it do? Is it going to do 10% of your bullet? Is it going to do 50% of your original bullet? Is it going to do 100% of your original bullet? If it's 100%, that could be pretty broken. Plus an Arc Soul, yeah. You'd be running around two-tapping everybody.
Another one we have is the Lament. It uses up your sword's energy to give yourself a new combo that ends up in a big spinning slash. Probably the largest selling point for a lot of people is that it slices right through barrier champions.
Yeah.
I think the largest
That's
draw
huge.
for most people is actually going to be the fact that it is a chainsaw sword.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Killing
But
champions
beyond
is
light,
big.
We really wanted to create exotic armor pieces that formed a key part of your build.
So you
around
really
which
only
all
talked
other
about the
parts of your
Titan
build could
one.
revolve. For example, the Titan gets the Icefall Mantle, your build around which all the other parts of your build could revolve.
I'm not gonna go super into this, and I know people get like super high res kind of. A lot of like data miners and stuff will break this one down. I don't see much here. Yeah, there's not a ton here besides them just coding.
For
At least to
example,
me.
The Titan gets the Icefall Mantle, which is a set of exotic arms that looks like it is crafted from Golden Age tech. When you activate it, you sort of slam your arms down, and it starts to burst and sort of cascade through the whole group.
So the proximity on that, on this one for the Warlock, that's what's gonna like make it super viable or not. I think if they have to be super close to like chain it, then yeah. But I mean, with like Trinity Ghoul right now, like some of the ad clear stuff is broken or really good. I don't want to say broken. I think it's perfectly tuned in my opinion. But because I mean, you still have to be accurate and shoot the ad. You can't just like, it's not just constantly killing stuff without doing anything. So if this is like some type of charged attack or over time, you got to use it properly and not just like with one enemy, or it, you know, it sucks. But if its area effect and chaining is pretty small, then it's really only going to work on Thrall, then it's kind of gimmicky. It's not really going to be, or if it's able to do some like hidden buff of like a debuff of some sort, that would be really good for kind of Nightfalls and maybe even bosses. See, it didn't get the other. You can see that it stopped. Kind of pops there. He gets hit, and so he got hit, and then he pulsed. But it's about the size of a well, and it didn't get the next set of enemies, so.
This year, we're bringing back a much larger portion.
There's the map. We try to back it up a little bit.
Back a small portion of the Cosmodrome. This year, we're bringing.
So we got the steps, Moth Yards, Forgotten Shore, the big old ship. Is that kind of all they have right now?
Bringing back a much larger portion.
Oh, no. Skywatch. Oh, sorry, I'm about to sneeze.
Of the destination.
It takes
Oh,
some
yeah.
of the experiences that started
Sparrow jumping?
with original Destiny 1, but puts them and stitches them together in a different way and adds new things and
Wait.
puts them and stitches.
Is this where the loot cave was? It was somewhere over here? The loot cave was like right over here? My D1 guys? Loot cave was somewhere like, because there was like that knight that came out here that you needed to fight for certain quest things, and then there was the loot cave, and this was also what the entrance to the One Strike. I forgot the name of it. Omnigul, right? Was this the entrance to Omnigul, or was it different?
Stitches them together in a different way and adds new things and tells a different story.
Loot Cave
What you're gonna
2.0.
meet in this new opening experience is a character with not one but two names from Fast and the Furious, Shah Han.
Thank the light. I didn't think we had other Guardians on patrol.
What's going on here? What's he wearing?
Patrol here.
What I love about the Cosmodrome is it feels like Destiny distilled. It feels like Destiny.
This is a strike, isn't it? What was the name of that strike?
What I love about the Cosmodrome
So
is
they're
it feels like
so they
Destiny distilled.
so they remastered Destiny 1 strikes and brought it back within the Cosmodrome. The Cosmodrome strikes. That ought to be fun.
Season of the Hunt picks up where Arrivals left off.
Other forces are taking advantage of the darkness to
This is
make
the
their
oh
move
crap.
forward,
This is the oh crap moment.
including Zebu Wrath, a sister of Oryx, and she's taking this opportunity to build up an army. And we're working with Osiris to try to stop her.
Osiris goes out, stumbles across these hive growths that are driving combatants crazy.
Osiris is in trouble, and of course, you're his only hope.
We warned you it was going to be
I just watched it and I just watched it again. I'm still like, chills.
We finally catch up to what we saw at the end of Forsaken, where we saw Aldrin being brought back to life by a ghost.
Aldrin, who now refers to himself as Crow, he doesn't know what he did. The slate's been wiped clean when he was resurrected as a guardian.
We know what he's done, and we know what he could be capable of doing. So now we're going to spend some time watching him go back and forth. And that's going to question how we look at him, how we look at ourselves, how we look at the light, how we look at darkness.
That's so
In
crazy.
Season of the Hunt, we're partnering with the Crow and Osiris to take down the High Celebrant. It's creating these cryptoliths around the system, and those
Shit,
cryptoliths
Season
are
of the
attracting
Hunt,
Alexian
right?
Cabal, Crow and Osiris to take down the High Celebrant.
I'm watching him go back and forth, and that's going to question how we look at him, how we look at ourselves, how we look at the light, how we look at darkness.
In Season of the Hunt, we're partnering with the Crow and Osiris to take down the High Celebrant. It's creating these cryptoliths around the system, and those cryptoliths are attracting
that was in the
Alexian
Dreaming City.
Cabal and corrupting them. So Zebu Wrath
So
is
back to
essentially
the-
corrupting herself an army, and it's our job to put a stop to it.
I'm really excited to see Zebu Wrath fleshed out more and to find out more about her relationship with Savathun and what that means for year 4 of Destiny.
So they're going to use more of the Forsaken
placing
stuff, it
dominoes.
looks like.
And at the end of year
Which is
4,
fine.
she's gonna knock down the dominoes. We're gonna see what she's been really up to. And
Maybe
so
this season we
year,
can
She's putting the last pieces in place.
end the corruption on Dreaming City. Or maybe they're just going to build up a little bit each season for all year.
Destiny is just a really incredible world, and there are so
love the
many stories
Cosmodrome.
for us to tell.
We have a lot to look forward to beyond Light, then the Witch Queen, and then Lightfall, and all the seasonal content between. We feel like we've got a really great way to bring people together. Working through COVID and working through some of the other turmoil in the world right now has been really challenging.
I have to admit, I've been pleasantly surprised with how well.
In the world right now has been really challenging.
I have to admit,
Working through
Wait,
COVID
that's the
and working
original.
through
That's
some
not
of
the
other
new
turmoil
UI.
in
No, that's the UI now.
The world right now has been really challenging.
I have
Thanks,
to admit, I've
Ethan.
been pleasantly surprised with how
They're not really
well
showing much
we've
on their
been able to
computers.
get things done.
We're committed
Some
to
different
your
sparrows.
characters and your community of players. We want to meet
100% the raid. Some of the different weapons. What's that, like an SMG? It's a bow. Maybe a pulse rifle or something. What's going on here? Are they wearing the same weapon? Yeah, they are. It's very blue. I get it. We're on Europa and all. We got to be like snowy and puffy and warm, but
meet you where you are.
Titan
I think the
punch.
thing that excites me the most
Smash.
about Destiny's future is how much it's rooted in where we come from.
Seeing
Man, the
Phil's
cutscenes are gonna be
reveal,
awesome.
Finding out secrets that we've been hinting at for years.
Oh my god!
Look at the team that we're building and continuing to grow and hire.
Yeah.
The new leaders that are coming up in Destiny, that gets me super excited.
Destiny's best days. are ahead
Wait,
of
so
us.
is she gonna be a strike? Or is this is probably the final mission, just saying you can do it as fire team? She's gotta be the story. Aramis has to be the storyline boss. That's pretty cool right there. That last cinematic.
New leaders that are coming up in Destiny, that
Go
gets
back
me
to this
super
real
excited.
quick. So I think that's just her as in the storyline boss. Or maybe they're going to turn that into a strike. Nah, it would be kind of... Typically, they don't do story bosses as strikes. So this would just be the storyline boss. And they're just showing you doing it as a fire team. Get your fire teams ready, guys and girls. Everybody. It's coming. 14 days.
Destiny's best days are ahead of us.
You see that? That dodge that froze him? So good. This cinematic right here is really good. They're casting all their supers going up the stairs. That's so well done. And that looks like it's in game too. Oh. Ooh. Man, oh 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 wow. Wow. I bet you, like, everybody's, let's go back here. Everybody's reaction to Uldren. Dale, Uldren, the Crow. Like, Spencer! Oh my god! Oh! I don't, there's so much. There's so much, I don't, we need to go here. Oh. This is what I was looking for. I would have guessed that maybe at the end of the year, like, I think that's a great sign. I think it's a great sign that they're bringing it back and they're, like, kind of finishing that up. And then you saw those new, maybe a newer public event kind of thing that's happening on the Dreaming City. I'm guessing they're going to try to tie that all together, and maybe we're going to lift the curse this season. Maybe by the end of the year, though. Maybe they're just going to, like, we're going to figure out how to lift the curse finally, or know what to do, and then set ourselves up for it the season after this, and then the final season of the year before the new DLC drops, we're going to be able to lift the curse and then move on. Because if they keep on this cadence of vaulting stuff, eventually Forsaken and all that is going to be wrapped up in it. Thras Mysteries Power signing here. Yeah. Yeah, we got it done. It was pretty cool. We taught some new guys how to do it, and some of the guys haven't. Will hasn't seen it before, and not too bad run. I don't think it was a little over an hour, something like that, hour and a half. start to earn ranks. You'll be able to start earning ranks and rewards from Season Pass. Claim your artifact. Begin to customize it. Power up the Season Story mission. And new Wraithborn hunts activity will kick off the following week on November 17th. So that's the season story missions, and the seasonal content won't go until the next week. So it gives us a week to do Beyond Light's main storyline for the year. And then it goes into the seasonal story stuff. So don't expect... So I wouldn't expect a whole ton of... Maybe if you're going to grind like we are, day 1 and 2, we'll probably get the story down. We'll probably get the story done in like 2 days. Yeah. Yeah, we gotta get Spencer back. See if are you doing honeymoon? Honeymoon? Or is it? Or are you already locked down? Like the rings are on, the paper's been signed. You guys are done. Yep, it's already begun. See you next year, Spence. Starting with Season of the Hunt, most of the season content and all of the sweet gear will be sticking around for all of Year 4. We hope this alleviates some of the FOMO, the fear of missing out, that has been present with the past. Now you can jump back in and experience past season story, activities, and loot anytime you're in 4. So this is why this is awesome. And this is why they removed a lot of stuff, so they can keep this stuff around, so you don't have that fear of missing out or the FOMO of the seasonal content. Like there's exotics right now that I have missed out on because I took a break. A bunch of my friends, they're missed out on exotics because they took a break, and that was locked into the seasonal plan itself, so you can only get it during the season or that season. Once that season ended, that content was locked out. Now that they're going to have more room in the game, they can hold the season for all of this year. So that's pretty cool. It maybe the last season of the year kind of still hits that time gate wall, but if you waited to the last season of the year to do the beginning stuff, and you kind of, I mean, they can't help you there, but it gives you, a little bit more time and more of the weekend warrior and everything. Hi, good morning. Mini honeymoon, Arizona over the New Year. Other than that, not much. Yeah, Spence, we didn't do anything either. Like me and my wife, we had to pay for a lot of our own stuff too, so we weren't doing all that. Here's a look calendar for Season Beyond Light, Season of the Hunt. Glimpse into what we have in store for you. Can you not open this up more? Oh. There we go. Beyond Light campaign begins. Stasis unlocked. Titan, Warlock Hunter, 17's Grip Exotic, Grenade Launcher Quest. So we get a new grenade launcher. I'm guessing that was what we saw after they cast Stasis in the trailer. I wasn't really... I mean, it didn't look exotic, so... free to all players, Europa, Cosmodrome, new season armor, new strike playlist. Wait. Oh, but that's you got the top tier of the season pass, and you got the paid tier on the bottom. So that's right. New artifact mods, new triumph shaders, emblems, iron banner, and the dawning. Well, oh, the dawning's in here because they're talking about Beyond Light, because it's Beyond Light is the DLC for the year, and we're gonna go. This is gonna get us all the way through January. So is there going to be 4 seasons? So what's that artifact? Artifact looks like it's something like is a hand? I don't know. Empire hunts begin. Okay, on the 10th. The Glassway Strike opens. Uncover Europa's secrets. Wait, through 112. Oh, that's just saying the dawning is for over the winter. So Europa is. So the next season goes through the 12th. Lantern torch thingy. Maybe you stick the stasis pyramid dealy junk in it. I don't know. Somebody's pour a temp at a lightsaber. And then your adept weapons of trials 3 days after release. Wow. Because you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? 10, 11, 12, 13. So you get your adept weapons for trials right away. The first trials possible. And then the next Tuesday, it's the seasonal content starts. And then the Wraithborn hunts. So that kind of looks like another public event. And that's what they do with the seasonal stuff. So that's fine. I'm good with that. And then the raid opens on the 21st. Don't be surprised if Trials gets pushed back a week. Like, that's 100% possible. That Trials will get pushed back an entire week. Yep. But we do have 2 weeks. I thought they were longer. Yeah, I feel like I know this season is an anomaly because we got pushed back, right? So this season went way longer than it was supposed to. I mean, we were 8 weeks longer than we were supposed to on this season. But for this season to only be 9 weeks? I mean, there's 52 weeks in the year, so if it's only 9 weeks long, then they're thinking they're trying to squeeze in 5 seasons. You know, that wouldn't be right. So it's got to be longer than that. I don't know why it has this date on this, though. Maybe they just needed a placeholder for this map here, but I don't... So it pushes through the dawning. This could, but see, if this was meant, if the first season was, maybe now the first season is more condensed because it was supposed to start, and then that would have been like a 17-week season, right? Because we were delayed about 8 weeks. So then, yeah. So then that makes more sense of it being like a 4-season year. Or a 3-season year. For about 16 weeks. 16 to 18 weeks. Yeah. Right. That has to be the case. But the big thing is that right here, you know, it's sticking around. Most of the seasonal content and all the sweet gear will be sticking around for year 4. Now you can jump in and experience past season story, activities, and loot anytime. But does that mean that, like, this public event hangs around? But no, I think it's the same amount of seasons. I think it's still like a 3-season a year model. Because then this one will go January to it's more 18 weeks. So another 5 months. This was get us into July. Right? So the next season will get us into July, and then that would roll all the way to September for the 3rd season. I mean, at some point, they got to catch up and get back on track. And I think just delaying one release bought them some time on the back end to make sure that all their ducks are in a row when they so they can stay on their cadence. Yeah, I bet you that's a huge point, Spencer. And I bet you a lot of people feel that same way now that's such a. This is something that really can't be overlooked because it just, you know, it's just most of the season content. I don't know what wouldn't go. Maybe just some things that they need to change. But exactly. And it wouldn't feel like maybe like the season pass stuff you wouldn't be able to grab back. Like you'll miss out on ornaments. But if, say, you know, a pulse rifle or something in that season is going to kind of end up being meta for half the year, I think you'd be able to still jump in and grab it. That's fantastic for the weekend warriors and the, you know, the dads and let's not forget about the moms that probably play Destiny. Don't want to leave them out. But, you know, like just the overall weekend warriors and weekend guardians, if you will, they don't want to miss out on their stuff either. Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, because what if we go to Deepstone Crypt? I don't see us getting. God, I hope as long as Deepstone Crypt is like a Last Wish style, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, technically 6 encounters. Technically, yeah, cool. Thanks, Dale. Catch you later, bud. But if Last Wish is like 6 encounters, and then we can get some crypt somewhere around 5 or 6 encounters like that, I'm great with the Vaulted raid just coming back sometime the season after this one. I'd be more than happy. I don't need another raid. And then I got way off track there. But, you know, say we're in season 3 of this year, and I forgot the actual season number because they're getting ridiculous. Say we're in season 3, but this season right now that's upon us is about to happen. Season Hunt had said sniper that does really good damage to the boss or a certain boss inside the Deep Stone Crypt, and somebody just didn't make their way to the first. They're going to miss out on it, and that would suck. And it's like, oh, if you don't have this gun, especially going back to LFG and toxicity, and like, if you don't have this, you can't play with me. This would help that pain a lot too, because if they can go back and get it, a ton of stuff, Alan, like, let's go here. Let's go back to Bungie. Why is that UK? I'm just going to show you something real quick. LFG. LFG must be able to pat your head and rub your tummy at the same time. Well, that's my spot. Here you go, Alan. I hope you're watching.
Osiris is in trouble, and of course, you're his only hope.
We warned you.
Uh-oh! We're just going to leave that there. We're just going to leave that there for a minute. That's the whole stream today. We're just staring at him. The crow. No prepping. There's not really much to prep on. Well, Bungie said last week that they'll tell us what to do with our materials and everything. I wouldn't sweat on bounty prepping because a lot of the bounties are disappearing. And if you had bounties from planets, they're not going to carry over. Any bounties or engrams you have are already the way it's built. They're stuck at that. They're stuck at that power level, and they're stuck in that loot pool. So they can't get any better. This season is a little... the next season coming up is going to be a little different because the way they're changing the bounty XP system overall is like... You don't have to sweat it. I mean, as far as prepping, I would just like... If there's something in the game you wanted before the planets get destroyed or whatever the heck is happening, then do that. Yep. The crow. So now, right into it. I didn't think he was coming back so soon. Still blowing my mind. He's going to be a main character for the new season. Pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Let's go back here. Was there anything else? That's pretty much it. There wasn't... I love this background. Got Osiris and the crow. Why don't they just have Uldren there? Oh my god. The reactions. Oh man. You can probably put a whole video together of just the Destiny community reactions to Uldren coming out. I wonder if it's like already. I think that's probably what I look like. I don't know if anything else came out of it, but this is super funny. I mean, it's exciting. It's very, very unique, and they don't usually wrap up the story that fast. I'm still. Do a video on Uldren. Yeah, I need. Wish I knew the lore behind it better. I'm gonna sit down with a friend that knows it really well. That's it, man. Like, I don't know what else to do. I'm just like I'm at this moment where I'm flabbergasted. I'm starting to feel the early wake up. Very. Yeah, I mean, it was planned the whole time. It just they couldn't get it done. They couldn't get it done in time, so. The deadly Kell of Darkness seeks to restore the glory of her people, to exact revenge on the traveler for abandoning them, to forge Alinsky culture anew, free from the weight of its past. Now imbued with the power of stasis, she has found the ultimate tool to achieve her aim. Is this a video?
This power is a gift.
Oh.
One I will share with all of you in time.
I didn't know those were there.
One by one, we will rise again. This is our future. Our enemies stand no chance against this power. The great machine will finally know our pain.
I love the concept art. I didn't see that one before. I guess that was here the whole time. House of Salvation Elites. Aramis's Lieutenants. Atrax. Critis. Flexens. Paraxis. The highest ranking, the most trusted subjects to fall in Kell of Darkness. Skilled stasis wielders, they are lethal as they are low. So we'll have like three mini bosses on our way. You got Bear Exo Stranger, and, Eris and the Drifter. I love that it's like cinematic and they're trying to make them like live action. Yeah, that sold out in like 10 minutes. Not even. That's pretty dope, though. I just have nowhere to put it. I'd like to display all my toys, but then like I have to rearrange the whole room and remount all that stuff. I had it in my upstairs stuff. I had all the... let's see if there was new... No. A Destiny movie. Somebody put together. I want to say it was Bife. No, it wasn't Bife. It was somebody else. I saw somebody do like all the cutscenes for. I think it was just for Destiny 2 though. Ugh. See, it looks like a Saint 14 helmet, but this is the Warlock. You can tell by the bond. And that's the new exotic. That's pretty cool. Little bug eye looking, but it looks exotic. Well, I mean, there's not much more to look at, so, and I think everybody probably watched the trailer and heard me ramble on enough. Think I'm gonna go get some breakfast and probably stop here. Yep. Pretty cool. It's gonna do it's gonna help the Dawn Blade out a ton. So, well, thanks for stopping in, everybody. You have a good day as well, Sir Alan. I appreciate you. Everybody, take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Maybe we'll do something on the TWAB this week, just because the TWAB's coming out, and it's probably gonna be super important. I'll try to do like a pop-up TWAB stream. If not, maybe we'll just do a TWAB review video and get that out to you guys. Until then,